try to grow on. It's so difficult. It is. It's so difficult. It doesn't want you to grow. Unlike these guys. Let me show you something. Look at these guys. They like to grow. They don't have any problem growing. They're growing great. Looking tough. Look at them shaking. Look at the vibration just shaking them. Oh, Lord. We coming, Lord. Lord, we coming, Lord. They're coming right along. These just in today. I mean, there's so many topics and interests that people have. You could talk about reptiles, but I want to talk with other folks. I want to talk with y'all. I want to know what the fuck have you had going on? I asked some questions. I ain't get no answers. Y'all motherfuckers didn't answer me. Nobody said nothing. Oh, it's okay, or some shit. I want to dig into the conversation. I I want to dig into the conversation. I want to know what the fuck is going on. I I do, and I'm not getting any of that. I'm not getting any back and forth. Um, my partner Vaughn, I thought you wanted to interview. So did everybody's been so busy. Okay, it's been a difficult summertime, and now we're into fall with all the exciting opportunities in these struggling times. Tomorrow, another one has arose. We're gonna go and clean an air handler. I used to live on this place back on Lovers Lane. Lovers Lane. It's home to the Bastrop Bus Barn. But when I moved here, I had a nice lady at the probation office in Baytown, Texas, say that she was just going to violate me and I was going to have to go to boot camp. I'm like, what? I was like, but I turned in my papers. No, you don't understand. They don't have them because I didn't turn them in. I was like, oh, so you're fucking me. And she was. She wanted me to go to that boot camp. Something I did with my lawyer in trial caused them to just go crazy on me with the probation. The second time they had just violated me. You got to have 3 marks. And you can come in and fail your first drug test. And I smoked weed, so, I had weed in my system, but they were just going to fail me all 3 strikes as if I had been on probation and then um, didn't make it through it. They weren't going to let me do that. And it's the first time so I moved. I moved here to Bastrop. I was probably in 98, 98, 99. And I lived off Lover's Lane. I lived with a guy named Little Bobby. Little Bobby is this guy. I'll show you a picture of him. He was not little at all. He was a massive Ozark man from Arkansas. And he was great. He had been burying school buses and making them into meth labs. And he had just gotten out of prison. He was in prison for 14 years. The best person to have as your roommate at the time, we were both out of there. I slept on the corner in the floor in his room. He got out of the Bible he got out of prison, so he was a little different now. But this is the type of guy that would fling chains up at the power lines to have the chains wrap around and explode the transformers. He was wild. He was a wild man, first class. Well, this is where we're going tomorrow, down this road. But back in the day, when I was living there, one night I'm asleep and he woke me up. He's pressing on me. Hey, Kelly, Kelly, wake up, Kelly, Kelly. And I was like, yeah. I was like, what's up? He's like, you want to get fucked up? I was like, yeah. Well, you got to drive though. So we drove out to this place. I think it's called Rockdale, Rockney. We went out to Rockney. It's a little place down the way, and he had a buddy that was on hospice. Had a big ass house, fucking jacuzzi inside the house, brick. And this guy they were giving this guy some sort of they were giving him Dilaudid, badass Dilaudid, and see, the doctor fixed me up with this Dilaudid shot. Now I let him do it. Everything was fine and safe. My mother was a nurse. I've been injected before. I was gonna let it happen. This fucking shit, it was like an octopus in my stomach, shot his tentacles up and grabbed my brain and pulled it down. And not only did my eyes shut at the heavy weight of the lids, but a layer of cartoons covered the world as my eyes closed. I was fucked up. I remember making it back to the place. Well, I drove us back. I was able to do it. I got it together. Okay. And it was like that scene in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas where they're like in the car and everything's all a blur. There was laughing, ah ha ha, people's faces, dude's face zooming in. I had to throw up out the window a couple times, but we made it. Literally the type of dumbass shit that you do when you're about 19 years old, as was I. So he had a place over there. This guy would be out at the bars and the cops would go to chase him and they all knew him and they knew his family. So they knew where he lived. He'd run into the yard, have the police chase him, but he had this way to get them to fly off the cliff. He would suddenly hook a left and they didn't know that the river was there. And they live high up on the cliff with the cliff face. Like there's actual metal stairs that take you down if you want to go to the river. You can't just, it's not a nice incline at all like mine. But he'd have the police fall off of there time and time again. They'd get hurt, not so bad, but they'd need a few days off. He was incredible. He got liver cancer and just started to treat it with marijuana, which is really good for liver cancer, but it got him and it took over and he died. This guy was the type of guy that he made his own coffin before then, and he had dug the grave, but he made the grave too small, like a couple inches for the coffin that he had to put in there, so that when they went to go and lower it in, it wouldn't go in. So he was always causing ruckus, even till after he died. Now I got hiccups. That was a great story. I also, at one of those times, went to play with one of the guys in the band of my dad's. I've got his shirt. I've got the guy right here. This guy. Hey, Kelly, you want to come play guitar? Sure. Yeah, I'll come over. We're going to eat some hydroponic mushrooms. You ever had any hydroponic mushrooms? No. Oh, you'll love them. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they were great. I start playing the guitar. The neck of the guitar starts bending and warping and shit. I'm like, oh no, oh no. I was fucked up. I got in my truck, had a little white S10 and stick shift. I'm trying to stick it. It was like, hey, get out of there. You don't need to be in that spot. That's not the spot for you. You're gonna have to get back in your chair. You can't be there. Come on. Yeah, out of there. That's a no cat zone. I'm shifting it, and the truck feels like it's going into the ground. I look over to the other door. It's like 40 fucking feet away. It was insane. I made it home where I was staying at Little Bobby's, and I got in the corner on my little mat that I had in the room, and I just twirled. I just did end over end in the corner, and it felt like I was tumbling through space. You can learn a lot from a dummy. Today, that dummy just happens to be me.